Hey, I'm Dr. Zachariah Renfro, and today we're going to talk a little bit about my teaching philosophy. Who am I? I'm an Air Force veteran and AMU alumni. I own a photography studio, and these experiences really color the way that I see the world, and they help me better understand the struggles that, for example, an AMU student might face, right? I did my bachelor's degree while I was full time in the military, so I understand the struggles that our students might go through, right? The majority of them are either active duty or veterans, and they're having to deal with all these competing priorities. So, understanding the challenges they're facing is a huge part of the reason why I tailor my courses the way I do. But before we can talk about how I do things, we have to talk about what makes a good education, right? There are three parts to a good education, and these are the things that really, are what makes a degree valuable, right? If we look beyond just simple brand recognition, a Harvard degree or whatever, what are the components of those things that make it valuable? First is the content. That's any discipline related or job preparedness. So if you're learning accounting, that's accounting. And then if you are, learning specific technologies related to your field or learn things like Microsoft Office, those are important parts. Next is mentorship from your professor. If you're interacting with experts in your field, if you're connecting with them, then you are going to be prepared for coming into whatever field it is that you're coming into, right? And then finally, most importantly, is connection with peers. And you might think, well, why is that? Well, think about it. Your peers are the people that you're going to be talking to and working with and looking for jobs together with for the next 20, 30 years, right? So being able to have this good network that you've built is going to be probably the most valuable thing. And the thing that separates a successful graduate from an unsuccessful graduate is the quality and the quantity of friends that they made during their studies, as sad as that is to say. The student's ability to make friends and connect is one of the things that will help them later on in their career. But now you might be thinking, how do we do this in an asynchronous online environment? Well, that's where some of the innovations that I bring into the classroom really help. So, what's my teaching philosophy? Active participation and human connection. What does that mean? I host live weekly meetings with my students. They get to have FaceTime with me. They get to have connection with each other, get to build camaraderie as a group, right? When they do replies with each other, they are doing video replies. They're talking to each other. They're seeing each other. They're building them connections. I've had many students in my classes already like making plans to connect and meet up and really build their networks. And that is a great thing. That's the kind of stuff we should be encouraging. Using technology, right? How are we doing these things? 20 years ago, you couldn't have done it. Now we've got things like Microsoft Teams, we've got Zoom, we've got all these built-in webcams into everything. These technologies allow us to strengthen the learning experience and really build that connection with our students and for our students to build those connections with each other. And then finally, experimentation and risk taking. My classes, I experiment with the way that I do things. I'm trying new things out. I'm taking risk on new ideas. Do they always work? No, not all the time. But when you're doing this process of experimentation and risk taking, you will find things that other people miss. You will stumble on to wisdom that has been forgotten that other people are missing. So, with that being said, that's my teaching philosophy. Very student centered, all about that human connection, because that's the most important thing. If we as professors aren't mentoring our students, if we aren't helping them connect with each other, and if we aren't breaking the material down for them in a way that's easily understandable, then why are we even here? Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.